Hey, Lee Wolf here, and welcome to Game Face Monday. We are live, and as always, I'm sitting here with Mr. Richie Bello. How's it going, Richie?
Lee, how are you today?
I am good. I'm awake.
How was your weekend, Lee? Good? Did you rest well? Did you?
I did not rest at all. I ran around with kids all weekend doing Halloween events and
Oh, wow.
got some work done too. So, but yeah, what about you?
I had a good weekend. I rested a little bit. I worked a little bit. I did all right.
Good, good.
Typical weekend. I just wanted to know because, I want everybody to relax and rest because we have a lot of work ahead of us.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right. Well, before we get rolling on the show, just going to run a quick message from our sponsor, Shop Smart Autos, on the VIN retention report.
Okay. Thank you.
Getting new customers is exciting and necessary, but while attracting new customers is important, retaining your customers creates an unending stream of revenue that keeps your dealership moving forward. Whether you're a marketing team for car dealerships or a dealership yourself, Shop Smart Autos has your retention tool, the VIN Retention Report. Anyone can find out how many cars they sold in a given period of time, but your VIN Retention Report will show by VIN the vehicles or customers you retained and the ones you lost. But that's not all. ShopSmart's technology can show you where your VINs ended up. Did they trade them in at another dealership? Did they switch models? Did they sell their vehicle privately or go to auction? You're constantly spending marketing dollars and time trying to target your current customers, but you could be marketing to customers that have moved on. And now you'll have the power to see where they went and change your strategy to target them in ways that brings them back. Not to mention, you can identify your strengths and weaknesses within the dealership to help lift up your staff and give them the confidence and drive they need to retain and gain your customers. The VIN Retention Report is yours at ShopSmartAutos, 4, dealers.com. It's the most powerful retention tool out there. All right. So actually, our topic today really, everything we talk about today will be centered around the VIN Retention Report. But I got to ask you a question first.
Go ahead, Lee.
Are you in the business of Christmas parties now, I hear? What's going on with
I'm setting up a Christmas party the first time only because it's a giving season. Here it is. I just got this from somebody in the office over here. Wednesday, December 4th, Christmas party. We're going to set it up, Lee, from 2 to 6 or 3 to 8. We don't know exactly yet. It's the Beach Club Estate. We're going to be doing videos. Lee Wolf, you got to talk to your team to make me a few videos promotional. Christmas party on Richie Bello and Shop Smart. Here's the thing. We're making an announcement of a new CEO of Shop Smart. And here's the other thing, of Chief Revenue Officer of Shop Smart. And here's the other thing, of Vice President of Operations of Shop Smart. Whoa.
Yeah.
As Richie is exiting out of Shop Smart, right? Letting these people run because, I'm 60 years old already, Lee, I'm getting to be tired, an old man, you know what I mean? I can't keep up with these young guns that we have going on around here,
Yeah.
So I got to slow down a little bit, take it easy now. I'm going to go a little bit, work other things. Maybe I go, I don't know, do something else, maybe play pool or maybe jump on a pool or maybe, swim from here to Georgia or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Swim across the pond to Connecticut. Who knows what I'm going to be doing? But I am ready to turn this on to the new CEO, Chief Revenue Officer, and the Vice President of Operations. And Richie Bello is scaling down. Maybe I go start learning how to cook or something like that. Just do a different change. I usually get uncomfortable as I'm comfortable. So I want to just give Shop Smart up to the right hands, the young blood, because we have to back up the youngsters in the United States and in the world. It's all about the new vision and the new opportunity. So, guys, it's like a Christmas party / Richie Bello going away party / Richie Bello's having a great time, but enough is enough. That's it. And here, write it down. Lee, your team got us new videos and all that. Wednesday, December the 4th. Could either be 3 to 6, whatever time. We're thinking about a live band. And by the way, people don't know that I'm a singer. I'm going to start singing.
Say, that might be the new
at
career.
Christmas party, okay?
Sure.
I was very good at that. All right, Lee, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a quick video now that gives more of a deeper look inside the VIN retention report. You may want to jump out of the show and jump back in because you're having a delay right now.
Okay.
All right. But I'll run that video while you're coming back.
Great. Thank you, Lee.
All right. So here you can see an example of your VIN retention report. Right at the top, you're going to see the total VINs you sold over a period of time. You're going to see the sales that you retained. You're going to see the VINs that ended up going on the market elsewhere. You could see it broken out by month. And it's really going to give you a good picture of how your retention situation is going. As you move on, these are your past VINs sold relisted in the last year. So whether they were on your website or a competitor's website, you're going to get to see. These are the VINs that were sold by your dealership by month. So you can see when your peaks and your valleys. Now you move on and you can see these are the VINs that you lost and what dealerships they went to, which is a huge, huge advantage. Which vehicles went to auctions that were your VINs. See, this isn't just about knowing how many vehicles you sold. This is for sale by owner. These are your VINs. These are the models that you lost. So now you can see which vehicles, why are we losing so many souls and so many Sportages as compared to other vehicles? And then you have the positive side. These are the ones that you retained. So in the end, you're not just marketing to people in your CRM that may have gone somewhere else already, and now you can see where they've gone, and you can target them to get them back. All right, so let me just pop Richie back on the stage here. Okay, so this is a tool that, in the past, dealerships would only could only imagine, dream something like this. What happened? Did something like bang you over the head, and all of a sudden, what made you dream up the VIN retention report?
Well, I've always been with different companies / trainer, entrepreneur, consultant at a younger age. Started with when I met a gentleman called Robert Gray, Nicholson Group from Nicholson, Dr. John, Reynolds and Reynolds. From that, we went to Polk. And I heard everybody always talk about retention. But Richie, if you don't retain employees, you can't retain your customers. Oh, okay. So we had this thing called Every Employee Counts, this training module that Dr. John Minarchik used to do for dealerships. And I was younger at the time, and I always sat there to listen to it as much as I could, because people that really know me know that my attention span is not the greatest, right? Because my head starts, thinking about other things, and I apologize for people that you think I'm not really listening to you. The reality is I am. I just, thinking about a lot of other things. So I apologize, especially to our team that always has that problem with me, right? I really pay attention to people. I just don't respond.
Right.
When they said that to me, I didn't respond, but I always had it in the back of my head. So what happened with the evolution of the car business in Richie Bello, I saw the evolution. Well, we're retaining service customers. We're not retaining sales customers, right? Oh, okay. But nobody knows. What's your absorption, Mr. Dealer? I got 90-something%. What is absorption anyway? Absorption is every cost in a dealership that service basically absorbed, because they're such a profit center. So in early COVID, I saw an evolution. vehicles in operation in a dealership, scattered all over the place, right? I have a friend, named Edward, that works for Experian, and told me, Rich, I don't know if you're paying attention, vehicles in operations, are disappearing from every, there's no control, right? They're going to Honda, to Toyota, everywhere. Locally, they're scattered. Oh, really? Now, that's important, So when I started seeing that, and I got the opportunity with the CSV file, it was at the time, it says, oh, I got to merge clickable in here. I got to do this. I got to get this raw data into something. So that evolution started. The VIN retention report is telling your customers, it's like the voice of the customer in a report platform like Google. That's all it is. Dr. John and myself used to do focus groups, right? So that's the voice of the customer telling the dealership based on a report, because we track every VIN number. Listen, I either like you or I don't. So then you can find a solution, Mr. Dealer. We report, you decide, like Fox News says, right? We report, you decide. Fox News is full of shit. They don't report, right? But anyway, you report, we report, and you decide. With us, it's really we report and you decide. Here's your analytics. Here's your VIN retention report. You're losing 60% of your customers. Why? Why is that? Why are you losing service business? Why, So let's talk about now the other side. The higher your retention is, the lower the cost of Google AdWords is, the cost of everything is. The problem is that it's not just that you have a bad process. I want people to hear me out. It's that they're not your customers. Even if that customer buys your car, it's not your customer. That customer is a third-party lead generation. This is why I did ShopSmart, to prove it to everybody. That's Cars.com customer. That's Auto Trader customer. So like next time they want a car, guess where they're going to go? They're going to go Google and put that keyword in and go, I have a solution for the customer of Cars.com and all these third-party lead generation for it to become your customer. How's that? It's called the virtual relationship. Who has that? Oh, Helms Technology. Hold on. So now that customer that does not belong to you, the next time they're in the market, they're going to go back. No, they're not, because we are reaching out to them through email marketing and SMS marketing. Now your retention's going to grow. Right? So now the third-party lead gen is getting eliminated. The problem is you're buying those leads, you're selling those cars, very low percentage, but now we put a tremendous platform together between ShopSmart Autos and the data side and Helms Technology. Now, that customer that comes from Cars.com, you set them up the right way the first time.
Right.
It's like fix your car the right way the first time.
Right.
You're going to set up that customer from Cars.com. You got 100 leads you delivered, let's say 4 cars. Those 4 vehicles, you're going to have that virtual relationship. Don't put a Band-Aid on it. Fix it.
Right.
And that's what the VIN retention does, in together with the partnership of Helms Technology. That's what we did.
So now, talking about the speed of like how fast this works. I know in the past we always had to deal with registrations, right?
Right. So let's talk about it. Registration data takes 90 days, 60 days, or 30 days. It all depends when you get that inspection and you get that temporary registration. You got to wait for the paperwork, right? The beautiful thing is ShopSmart as you know it, but the VIN retention as you know it, there's going to be a URL. It's going to be all automated. Anybody can go on there. As long as they pay, they're going to get that report from about the dealership. All right. So everybody's going to get it's automated. So once you go on there, boom, those guys that are selling retention go run the report. Boom.
And how fast is it? If someone takes their Toyota and runs down the road to another place and sells it at another Toyota dealership, how quickly does the VIN retention?
Real time. When that car's out of that inventory, they show up to somebody's inventory, boom, it's done.
Wow.
It's basically a pixel tracking the VIN number, not the customer tracking the VIN number.
Wow.
And then you can cross-reference that VIN number and pull up your customer through your DMS. And now you can target that customer.
Wow. Okay. And then this is a real opportunity for dealerships to clean up that data and really target people. So if
Correct.
you
And
get,
that's what the Helms technology does. They get the
right,
report, they clean up your data. But more importantly is you're retaining the customers in sales, but you're also retaining customers in service. So I lost 100 VIN numbers in the last 30 days, example.
right,
I tell my service manager, cross-reference these people and send them a campaign to get them back to the store to do service, not to buy a car, to do service. Now you're increasing your service business.
right,
Because let's say that only 20% come back to you. That's 20 more customers. Let's say the average hours per hour is 2.5. Take 2.5 times 20 customers.
right, right. Yeah,
Now you're retaining the service customers.
right.
Forget about the sales, the service customer. That's what the tool does. It makes you aware. Remember, Lee, I always say awareness is key.
Yeah.
It makes you aware of what you're losing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's no reason why a salesperson can't go in and flip them while they're in service anyway.
Correct.
Right. Right. Yeah, that happened to my father twice.
Right.
Two times getting his car cleaned and an oil change at a Toyota dealership. They sold him a new car,
Right.
and he went for it. And he's a tough guy to sell.
Oh, yeah.
But, man. So,
You're increasing your service business, but you're not only doing that, you're increasing your parts business, because the more service business you do, the more parts business you do, right? All the cars need parts for service, right?
right.
And now you can identify, I lost 100, they bought somewhere else. Who cares about sales now? Let's focus on getting them back into service, because chances are they're okay with the service department. Chances are they're not okay with the sales process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that's another window of opportunity for the VIN retention report. So the VIN retention report is a win-win-win solution. You increase your service, you monitor your sales department, and you're able to target these people. But not only that, as far as extended warranties goes, you also have that tool and know if that customer bought an extended warranty.
Interesting.
Because you go through the DMS, so you find out what the problem is. Why did he really leave that store? Was it because he had a bad experience with service? Did he have a bad experience with warranty claims? Or did he have a bad experience?
Right.
Now, Lee Wolf has a Nissan 2017. We lost him. He just got that Nissan. Used car, he got it, and he only put 10,000 miles on it. Oh, wait a minute. He went to service and ordered parts, and it was back ordered. And we gave him that car with not a loaner, and he got very upset and gave us a bad review. Now you know why you lost a customer.
Right.
You understand? And that's what it does. It's analytics.
Right. Right. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. And forget it. When I was on the sales floor at a Mazda dealership, I'd be making hundreds of calls a week. And I can't tell you how many times the customers would say to me, I already traded my car in somewhere. I already sold. I already did this. I already did that. And it was like, I would always say to myself, wouldn't it be great to know that, to know that in advance? Because then instead of calling them to do what I was doing and try to sell them the way that I was selling them, maybe I would have had a free oil change and a tire rotation for them just to get them back in.
Just imagine this, Lee. So you worked in the car business at Brett Zaslow's place.
Right.
And the evolution came into Lee Wolf, and you worked for that F&I company.
Mm-hmm.
Trestle, right?
Yep.
Now, let's say you had the VIN retention report, and that customer is financing a car from you. And you were able to look at your DMS records and find out the history of their payment per each car. So they had 3 cars. And they first started with 400, went up to 700, now it's up to 900. That gives you data. That gives you Intel data. Okay, this customer is paying $900 now.
Yeah.
Just by you having the VIN number.
Right.
Because you got the DMS, right? So you're able to look at all this. That's the whole thing. With that VIN number that we have, we can pull up anything.
Mm.
And now you can cross-reference them and get an IHS report and verify it and get all these other reports and now really know the voice of the customer.
Right.
You work in a dealership, that customer's giving you a bad review. Now you get the VIN number and find out if that's true.
Right.
What happened? If that customer's never been there, chances are somebody's using that fake name.
Hmm.
So this report has a lot of different windows. I call them windows of opportunity. Also helps you, Mr. Dealer, retain your customer and put the mindset in your dealership. Are we committed to retention? Yes, we are.
Right.
Why do you want to be retention? Because the more you retain, the less marketing costs and the bigger your ROI is and the less diminishing returns you have.
Right.
Because your customer comes in and buys a car from you. There's higher gross, confidence levels there. There's less work in sales because they trust you.
Right.
So it's a win-win. Like you guys say, win with the VIN.
Yeah. Yeah. So wins with the VINs. And it's going automated, huh?
It's going automated. Within probably by November the 5th, it'll be online automated. Press a button, it goes right into your inbox, the report and the CSV file. It's
Awesome.
great technologies.
Awesome.
We're excited here. Very excited here where we are at. The new CEO, Chief Revenue Officer, and the new Vice President of Operations. We're so excited.
Yeah.
I'm more excited that finally I'm like saying bye-bye to La Vista, amigo. You know, have a nice day. It's been nice knowing you, but it hasn't been that nice.
Well,
you like apples, Lee? How you like them apples?
I like them. I like them
too, man.
All right. So we're looking forward to that then. So automation coming in hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And by the way, at the Christmas party, my partner Bart Pellegrino is going to be there with me. He don't drink, but in his last 4 years, I push him to drink. He drinks a lot of Jack Daniels. Right, Bart? Yeah. See, I just said that to see if he was listening to me. He's been listening to the whole podcast.
Yeah.
He pays attention, this guy.
Yeah.
So we're going to have fun. He's going to have a few shots of Jack Daniels. I don't drink. I gave up drinking a long time ago. So all I'm going to have is water and lemon.
Sounds good.
And for my 10th year that I gave up drinking, I'm going to have a party at the beach club and I'm going to start drinking. What do you think about that idea? You think it's a good one or no?
I think it's bad. I think you should stick to the Pellegrino.
Okay.
The Bart Pellegrino.
Yeah, Bart Pellegrino. Let him drink.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a nice time.
Yeah.
Dominic DeLeo might be there. I think he's going. You know, and a few people that are key people in my life, like you, Lee Wolf, Gene Fontana, that are key people in my life are going to be there. So I want everybody to have fun.
Yeah. Good times.
Michael Lewis is going to be there. My good friend and the author of everything that he writes for Richie Bello, because as you know, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm very dyslexic. I can't write for anything. I'm lucky I can write my name sometimes.
Well, all right. I think that's all we have. Got anything else going on?
The only thing I have going on is all very grateful and very happy that we're having a Christmas party and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And, you know, throughout the Richie evolution, I made a friend. I'm just going to name him Anthony. Anthony lives locally here. I'm going to invite him to the beach club, him and his wife. I think he works somewhere that has to do with technology or maybe does something to do with cave. I don't know what it is, but he's a good friend. I don't want to say it. I want to invite him personally. I'll reach out to him because he means so much to me.
Sounds good.
All right, my man.
All right. Well, as always, thanks for having me sitting by your side. And
thank you, Lee, for being there. And one person I count on all the time is you. You're unbelievable. Thank you for being there for me. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. All right.
All right. And thanks for everyone for watching and listening. And we will be catching up with you again next week.
Thank you.